This is Official Nerd Business.
Hello nerd boys and girls, welcome back to Prime Mover. In our last video we looked at the last little bits of a tutorial. We have familiarized ourselves with each block type there is. We have at least placed each block once. So let's continue with a couple of new puzzles. These are the first puzzles that start to make you think a little bit about how to use blocks. Most of these are still pretty straightforward. There are one or two puzzles that are showing the shape of the game later on. Let's kick off with clock. Generate all numbers from D, so we're getting an input on D, to 1 in order. So we're only getting a 10 in and we need to put out 10, 9, 8, send them to B, alright. Nice. So we're sending D to B, and along the way we will need to build a loop, I guess. We get a 10 and we want that 10 as output, but we also want to do something with it. What do we want to do? We want to subtract 1 from it. And we want to send that out to the output as well. But sooner or later we're gonna hit a 0 after subtraction. Let's see if we can place that here. This seems to be a nice little loop, and if you wire it up like this. Alright, so we have a 10 in here. We subtract 1, it becomes 9. 9 is sent out, put in here again, and it becomes 8. And after a while it's no longer positive but a 0, and then we need to delete it. And as you can see, there's a reset instruction here as well as here. So this guarantees that we do not get the 35 too quickly. This waits until every number is off the board, so either this 0 is destroyed or the last one has left the building here. I think that should do it. Let's see how this runs. So here we have the 10, 9, yes, 1 goes out as expected and the 0 is destroyed. There are no numbers on the board, so the reset is executed, and now we have 35. Excuse me while we skip ahead a little bit. This seems to work just fine. Right. Now this histogram here tells you a lot of things. There are a couple of lower scores. There are a lot of people that have chosen this solution, and there are some people who are doing something differently altogether. So let's look at optimizing. I've already taken the luxury of optimizing this one. And here you basically see the same thing. We subtract 1, we test if it's a 0 or not, and then we duplicate to send it out. But instead of sending it round in a loop, which if you look here, it takes 2 move steps to get to the next instruction. Instead of that, we've inlined a couple of these instructions. So the only time it takes 2 is after 1, 2 subtractions. Then it takes 2 to move. So we've saved a couple of instructions here, and then we do another 2 subtractions. But those need to cross back over. If we take the 10 again, 10 is sent out. 9 is sent out and the 8 is sent out. Now we subtract another 1, and this passes through an addition, so we need to subtract 1 from it again to make it leave cleanly. Now there's one slower instruction here, and that's to allow for this number to come through as we would effect. Wait a second. I've rearranged a bit of my machine here. Oh, it's for this one, yes. So this is obsolete now. This is a bit quicker anyways. We were in this pylon before, we are now in a quicker group, and as you can see there's still room for optimization. So yeah, that's a bit of the fun of the replayability of Prime Mover. You can come back and optimize it. Though usually once you start scoring good in one of these histograms, the other one drops. So we are using a lot of instructions, a lot of chips, a lot of components in this solution, way more than the other one does. So that's the clock. Let's look at the sign. B is never 0. If B is positive, send a 1 to D, and if B is negative, send -1 to D. So they want us to send out the sign, which are guaranteed to never be 0. So let's look here. -18, how can we get -18 into... Let's first look at this, so -18 would come onto here. Now I guess we'd need a clock again to bring it down to 0. Because we'd want to subtract 17 from it. That's not really an option. Wait, that's the wrong one. No. Now if it's 0, we want it to move out, and if it's still negative, because -18 we're subtracting here, take another one away from it, and when you're done, add one, send that to the output, and basically we need the same thing on the other side. Spaced out one because we need room to... Wait, subtract 1. This is a 0 and we want -1. So this is a 0 where we want +1. Positive numbers keep rotating here. This should work. Oh, it might not. What we failed to compensate for here is the fact that there are multiple numbers coming through at once, so we want to limit the throughput by allowing only one number to pass. Let's make the lock over here. There. We can, if we move this one out by 1. Now we should be able to put crossroads here and here to allow for whenever we have an output, travel back up. This goes here, this goes back up and releases the next number. Can do here, or even here. That would be better, because then the new number has less time to travel into the machine, has less of a route to take, and we destroy whatever duplicate we send back to release the next number. Let's see if this helps without problem of multiple numbers coming in. This one's halted, this one's rolled down all the way to no, hang on. If it's negative, we need to add to it, and if it's positive, we need to subtract. Until we hit 0. There's a 0. Now it's -1. The next number is released. Might just be able to speed up releasing the next number a bit by changing this little bit around. Let's duplicate here instead, and this one bring the numbers up. And this one here. Speed it up even more. Placing the block here. Though that's fairly minor, of course. Right. So there's sign. Once again, there's a lot of room for improvement, and that's part of the fun. Let's leave it at that for today. Come back next time where we will look at flow control and the nail cleaner. Thanks for watching this video on Official Nerd Business. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell icon. Did we discuss everything you wanted to hear, or did we miss anything? Any topics you want to hear in O&B? Leave your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.